Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time is a beloved 1991 arcade brawler, and now it's been reshelled for release on Xbox Live Arcade. As a part of Microsoft's second summer of arcade, it's definitely one of the most anticipated games in the lineup. I'm going to guess these fans haven't played the game in almost 20 years though, and their enthusiasm is being fueled purely by their nostalgia because Turtles in Time has not aged well. There's nothing to it. Hold right on your D-pad and mash the X button and you'll beat the game in half an hour. This is an archaic effort that points out how much games have improved since 1991. What worked back then doesn't necessarily cut it today. While I'm not crazy about Turtles in Time, it's definitely not broken and there is some fun stuff to see along the way. Foot soldiers can be thrown into your TV screen. During a level that takes place on a moving train, enemies will struggle to maintain their balance. The updated graphics engine sports some nice lighting effects. It would have been nice to have the option to turn off the fancy pants new visuals and enjoy the original sprites and pixels, but that option is not included. Turtles in Time is the kiddie pool of game mechanics. All that is expected of you is to pound on the attack buttons and dodge a few traps. It's a rather mind-numbing experience that fails to offer much more than a quick trip down memory lane for those that were there. The one gameplay difference that has been added is the ability to attack in 8 directions instead of just left and right. This probably makes the game a little easier since it increases your attack range, but otherwise the original gameplay has been faithfully reproduced. In each level you'll work your way through a mess of cronies leading up to an encounter with a cheap boss. These games were designed to eat quarters after all, so you'll find many traps are unavoidable and certain bad guys have unfair advantages. Bosses can heal themselves, for example. You have unlimited continues though, so the game never becomes truly challenging, just annoying. In terms of fan service, Turtles in Time gets some things right. You've got your 4 turtles, they make their cheesy little comments, you fight a bunch of recognizable enemies, and you get a brief glimpse of April O'Neil's cleavage. But it makes little difference which turtle you choose to control. Everyone knows the mutants all had distinct personalities and talents, but here they all control the same way, have virtually the same attacks save for a special move, which is just the heavy attack, and they spout the same generic one-liner. Cowabunga! This also makes it near impossible to keep track of where your fighter is when 4 people are playing. Microsoft just dropped the price of Turtles in Time reshelled from the laughable $15 it was originally planning to $10, but that still feels like too much. This shallow, generic brawler is coasting on nostalgia fumes and the TMNT brand. Ubisoft didn't ruin the original arcade game, it just didn't do enough with it. Virtually nothing has been added to the gameplay, so you're paying a premium for updated graphics you may not even like. This is an archaic game design that could have stayed lost in time. For the full written review, hit up IGN.com.